Yeah, I see the title, man. Let's get to it.
I think it's becoming increasingly obvious to any NBA fans paying attention that Klutch Sports has an immense impact on the basketball court and in the NBA media. And of course, being run by Rich Paul, one of LeBron's very close friends, it makes you wonder how much influence does Klutch Sports have when it comes to pushing narratives onto NBA fans. As recently, Rich Paul was pushing one of his own narratives, talking about the 2020 bubble and that title being discredited.
But taking that, not even focusing on that.
Right.
If Steph wins in the bubble, do they discredit it?
Yeah, you got to.
No, they don't.
We still saying the same thing.
No,
We
they
saying it's a bubble ring.
So, of course, bringing Steph Curry into a 2020 bubble debate,
They definitely still gonna say the same shit. Like, if it's the same shit, it's the same shit. But I feel, bro, cause like there's definitely LeBron definitely got an immense more amount of people that just dislike him due to the things that he says, how he acts, things like that. So there's definitely way more people that are willing to use this against Braun. I feel, bro, in that sense.
Kind of an asinine hypothetical that nobody can prove. And by bringing Steph Curry in this conversation when he's not even relevant, it gives some pretty big insight to LeBron James' camp and which players they like and dislike. And if you ask me personally, I think Rich Paul, Maverick Carter, all those guys are in a massive echo chamber, at least on this subject. As when it comes to Steph Curry, from 2015 to 2021, despite winning 3 championships, 2 MVPs, breaking all types of records, he was discredited not for not winning championships, but for not winning Finals MVP. And by winning in 2015, 2017, 2018, those titles, unlike the bubble, actually had real fans present. There was a home court advantage, there was travel, and there wasn't a 6-month break in between the season. It took Steph Curry in 2022 winning his 4th championship and first MVP in the finals to validate his past 3 championships to a lot of fans. And look, when it comes to the 2020 bubble, of course, I think that championship was weak. But whoever won that title was going to get discredited. If the Clippers won it, they would have been clowned all day long. Because their first
voice sound mad low today.
There were no fans present. If Giannis won it, there would have been a major asterisk for a lot of fans because the previous year in 2019, he choked big time in Toronto on the road. And playing on the road up to that point was one of his big time problems he had to overcome. And imagine if the Heat Nuggets actually met in that year's finals. They called this year's finals awful. They would have called the 2020 bubble the worst championship of all time and the worst championship series in sports history. Again, whoever won 2020 was gonna get flack. And looking back at Steph Curry, the overall notion the NBA media somehow is overly friendly to Steph and the Warriors, I really don't see that. I don't buy that narrative. As even in 2022, his championship season, he was doubted and slighted at really every turn. By someone like Kendrick Perkins saying Steph Curry wouldn't win any more championships post Kevin Durant. Nick Wright said the dynasty was dead, and Shannon Sharp in the finals said Golden State could not beat Boston.
These are all LeBron, pro LeBron analysts, I guess you could say, you know. So
Boston. Look at those 3 names: Perkins, Nick Wright, Shannon Sharp. Kind of odd how 3 pro LeBron media members with known ties to LeBron James all the same narrative against Steph Curry. Maybe a coincidence, but you never know. And I'll actually go one step further with this. The LeBron vs. Steph rivalry, the saga that defined the 2010s, the late 2010s, was never supposed to exist. As after 2014, LeBron James going back to Cleveland, what the plan was, the roadmap, was to win multiple championships in Cleveland after the Spurs dynasty officially ended. And what someone like Rich Paul, Maverick Carter were expecting is to play Kevin Durant in the finals, the Clippers, maybe James Harden's Rockets. That's who they were expecting to play in the finals and beat them. And at that point for the NBA, the rivalry they were really pushing was KD versus LeBron. But unfortunately for those guys, There was some little dude out there in California chucking up threes, winning MVP, winning 73 games, and becoming the darling of the NBA. And in a blink of an eye, Steph Curry had beat LeBron James 3 times in the finals in only 4 years. Look, I am speculating, but just reading the room, getting the vibe, I don't think Klutch Sports really likes Steph Curry, and I think what they believe is Steph Curry stole rings from LeBron James. And one of the guys from Klutch Sports, one of LeBron's close friends, that's Maverick Carter. And one of the biggest shots at Steph Curry that was really out of nowhere was saying Steph Curry couldn't play defense and he couldn't even guard Maverick Carter, who never made the NBA.
Steph can't guard. I'm 38, haven't played a decent game of basketball.
Come on, Maverick. You gotta know Steph lock your ass
18
up,
years,
King.
so I was 20. Steph would have trouble guarding me.
When it comes to Steph versus LeBron, what I look at it as, it's like maybe 2 politicians who in public play nice, but behind the scenes are absolute vipers and can't stand each other.
Nah, facts,
and getting back
bro.
to Rich Paul,
this is sports, bro. This is their legacy. You know what I'm saying? It's competition at the end of the day. You know, at the end of the day, this is a competition, bro. So of course, you know what I'm saying, they gotta make it look good when they on the court together or with each other and shit like that. But behind closed doors, we know it's, you know what I'm saying. Steph probably like, nah, man, I don't know why they talking about this Bron dude. Like, that's probably really how Steph feel behind closed doors, you know. But he not crazy enough to come out and say shit like that. But you know, yeah, bro, behind closed doors, we know these guys
again,
not.
The narrative
you know
keeps pushing.
It's
this guy with a
bro.
straight face tried to hype up the 2020 bubble as being harder than a normal championship. Seriously, he's lost his mind.
It's 2 goals, 10 players, same shot clock. Like, refs, what are we talking about?
Different atmosphere, though.
Fans, I ain't gonna lie, the fans thing is huge, bro. That's one thing is huge, bro. Because I've seen a lot of players really starting to tee up, you know, in the bubble and I feel like that's one of the biggest reasons why. No fans, you know what I'm saying? That's you basically you're fully comfortable, you know? This is like we at practice. You know what I'm saying? I'm just hooping in the gym right now. There's no fans, what? There's nothing to, there's like, bro, I seen it. Like, I'm seeing so many more players go for 30, 40, 50. I'm like, nah, everybody feeling themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, different atmosphere.
Yeah,
but that helped the other team.
But here's what I'm saying.
That helped the other team.
That helped.
No
I mean, it's no.
It definitely goes both ways. That's a fact.
No fans.
No
you
help.
seeing Lil Wayne on the little
Yeah,
thing
so
right there?
everybody get cheered.
But yeah, but what
Ain't no home court advantage.
No Rihanna.
What have fans ever done for you?
Now, of course, Rich Paul, spinning his narrative, he's got his own agenda.
What the fans ever done for you? You know, bro, that's just, yeah, he's just trying to, you know, come on, bro. We all, like, anybody who ever played basketball knows, like, you perform different when there's fans around. Like, definitely, bro. Definitely. Whether it's good or bad, you know what I'm saying? Most of the time, but I feel like most of the time, for most people, you perform worse when fans are around. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's some shit that you could really, you know, you be doing in practice. Like, I do this all the time. But you might just be missing that joint just because mad people watching. Like, damn, I don't even know what's going on, but I'm just missing, you know? But you go back in practice, you knocking that joint. You knocking it. 5 in a row, 10 in a row, like shit like that, bro.
But for argument's sake, let's say the 2020 bubble was put on normal terms in front of fans with travel. Let's say it was a normal championship in all respects. Even if it was, stats-wise, it's still one of the weakest championships of all time, as the win percentage of the teams Lakers beat was only 57.0%. Out of the last 40 years, that championship ranks 37th in opponents' win percentage. Compared to Steph's championships in 2015, that title ranked 16th, 2017 20th, and 2018 15th.
Numbers don't lie, bro.
If you want to be objective, look at the numbers. The
numbers don't lie. You gotta be objective, man.
Is extremely weak. And add in the context, the no travel, the COVID stuff, it's even weaker. And I want to hammer this last point home. Steph winning in 2015, not getting the MVP. He still averaged 26 points, 6 assists, 5 boards, and made the 4th most threes in a final series ever. 2017, that title run, was on par, if not better than Kevin Durant, for the entire playoffs. Again, didn't win MVP, but played fantastic. And then in 2018 in the finals, many forget, for 3 out of the 4 games, was Golden State's best player, and the clinching game had 37 points. To a lot of the anti-Steph Curry fans, guys who hated the Warriors, despite playing great, Steph was still downplayed and discredited. So Rich Paul saying Steph, if he won 2020 in the bubble, wouldn't have been discredited, I highly doubt, and call BS on. And one more thing I do want to touch on, remember when Maverick Carter was trashing Steph Curry in his defense? Draymond Green actually was on that same podcast and panel. And what did Draymond do? He didn't defend Steph Curry. He was just giggling, laughing, having a great
Yo, I ain't even realized, bro. That's Dre right there. Nah, Dre. Nah, Dre on the LeBron train for real, bro. He probably on the payroll. I'm telling you. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I don't think it's far-fetched to assume that LeBron or his team has a group chat with probably all the analysts, all the people that like Draymond, Shannon Sharp, Nick Wright, all these. It's not. I don't think it's far-fetched that they got a group chat. You know what I'm saying? Probably like, or LeBron's manager or whoever. You know what I'm saying? Types in that motherfucker like, yo, this is the narrative right now. Everybody go. You know what I'm saying? Go your channels, go on your platforms, go spew this narrative, man. Or push that joint, whatever. But y'all know what to do, man. It's the end of this joint. Click on the last reaction. Turn on post notifications, subscribe, share the video with your people, social media platforms, man.